Earlier today, the United States Council for International Business's Board of Directors approved and released a statement applauding the actions of the governments who will be attending this weekend's G20 summit in Washington, actions to restore confidence in the financial markets, and encourage that other actions be taken to prevent the world economy from sliding into a deep recession. The United States Council for International Business, together with its global business network, which encompasses the International Chamber of Commerce, the International Organization of Employers, and the Business and Industry Advisory Committee to the OECD, is urging the G20 governments to work together for the common good and to avoid unilateral actions.
We are living through the most transformational time in the history of man. We are seeing a reorientation of the world like nothing ever before, at a rate that is incalculable. That reorientation is partly a consequence of the greatest diffusion of economic and geopolitical power the world's ever seen. These 21st century challenges that are all now global, that are crowding in on every nation, every region of the world, all economies, in ways we have never, ever experienced before. And I think of when your organization was founded right after World War II in 1945. It was one of those somewhat new experiences and experiments in building coalitions of common interest. And we go back and frame up those years after World War II. And in that essentially 10-year period after World War II, America, with its allies, completely reshaped the world. We redefined the world order. Now, I say we because America didn't do that alone. We couldn't do that alone. We did it because the rest of the world wanted to be part of a new world. I would leave you with this. I was asked at a high school gathering in Nebraska about a month ago, Senator, what do you believe is most important about leadership, about political leadership? Why people run for office, why people ascend to corporate leadership, institutional leadership? I said, I've always believed it's very simple. I think it is about one thing. And if you cannot be honest about this one thing, then you need to review what you're doing and why you're doing it and who you are. And that one thing is you make a better world. That's why we're here. That's why you do what you do in your products, in your avocations, in your vocations. That's what politicians should be about. That's what any of us should strive for, those especially of us who have the privilege of serving others. You make a better world. Your honoree tonight, Mr. Kent, has fulfilled that high standard. Thank you.
Promoting sustainable trade, sustainable communities has become a leading tenet for just about every business that exists around the planet. And it's certainly the very bedrock of USCIB. I would argue that never before has indeed the need for international trade and advocacy has been more important than right now. And while I am so proud of this award and this wonderful celebration tonight, I would be remiss if I did not share with you some of my concerns right now. Even at this very historic time, right here in the United States, and in fact in the world today, this very historic period that we're all living through, I worry that in global business and trade community, we are at risk at losing a very important battle. The global financial crisis that we are all experiencing, coupled with the global growing rhetoric from the anti-globalization movement, threaten actually to promote economic isolationism, right here in America and across our entire planet. There is no question that we are all facing a significant disconnect with our greater public today as business. Consider this. A recent Gala poll shows that big business, quote unquote, is held in high esteem only by 7% of the American public today. 7%. Equally alarming that only 3 out of 10 Americans, unless also exactly the same number, 3 out of 10 Europeans believe that global trade and business ties are good for their nations. So clearly, what an amount of work that we have cut for ourselves. Even in developing markets of Asia, nations that have actually benefited so materially, significantly from trade, global trade. Less than 4 out of 10 people think that actually globalization is a positive force. So we need to think systemically, we need to think holistically to find solutions, quick and practical solutions. What that means for me is that business, government, civil society has to come together, have to work together, partner like we've never partnered before to promote both social, economic, environmental benefits of a world that is coming together through greater trade, greater investment and development. And we must work closer and more effectively with multilateral institutions that promote trade in a multipolar world. And we must collectively do a much better job in promoting our position and showing how international trade and investment benefit business and also each and every person that it touches. And as leaders, we can and must turn around the reputation of global trade and business. I truly believe that we can come together, all of us as leaders, from business, from government, from civil society, can play a huge role in promoting education, job retraining, business diplomacy abroad, and innovation right here at home. And if we do this together, if we can accomplish this, if we do this together, there is no doubt in my mind that we can turn the tide back on this anti-globalization movement and protectionist sentiments. And indeed, I believe the work of the USCIB and everyone here tonight can never be more important. So I look forward to our continued strong partnership in the years ahead, and I thank you for this wonderful privilege tonight. Thank you very much. Thank you. 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 Thank you very much.